Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to day 15 of Vlogtober. Very chilly day 15 of Vlogtober. I don't even have my flannel on today because I just got out of the shower and I thought it would keep me quite warm. And then I got cold. Like I was, you know when you get out of the shower and you're like, oh, I'm super warm, I'm good. And then it like dissipates. Yeah, I'm on the dissipation slope that's going on right now because I took a late night shower specifically because I was getting like so cold. It's only 45 degrees and like I feel like I have to not so much defend myself but kind of like preface every time I mention that it's cold with the fact that I still do prefer the fact that it's cold to how hot it was in the summer. Like I'm still never ever gonna want it to be warm ever, because I am well aware that I can just go put on more layers or snuggle under a blanket. When this video uploads, Maverick and I are gonna go turn on the heated blanket down here and snuggle up and watch a movie, in fact, and take a nap until it's time to feed him. So like that's what I way prefer before it ever turns summer again, ever. So like it's not really a complaint. Like it is, but it's never going to be a complaint to the degree that summertime will be a complaint. I'm still way more grateful that it's not summertime. Way more grateful. So I would like to put that degree of gratefulness in there. But it's 45 degrees and I guess the house thermostat says that it's 65, but like my over dramatic body temperature thermostat, that's what I'm gonna call it, my thermostat says that I am like 30 degrees. That's what I feel like I'm freezing. It's so cold. It is so cold down here, and we haven't turned our heat on because I haven't. Like, I'm sure it's probably a flip of the switch or something, right? I've never done that. So when I was a kid, obviously, my grandpa did it. I don't remember doing that in the house when I was married. I don't remember turning on and off. So maybe either my ex-husband did it or it was just a matter of turning the heat up. But my husband, David, does that now. Like now that I moved in here, he actually says he turns the furnace on. So he must turn it off. And I've heard people do that. So like, I've never done that myself. So we must do it now because he says that, unless it's a phrase. And he actually does mean turning the heat up, in which case I would just do that if I realized. I don't know. Is it just a phrase? That's like one thing I'm really, I guess, kind of dumb about. Because like I said, when it was me and my ex-husband, when we were married, the only thing I remember doing is literally just turning the thermostat up. Like, I did that myself. Or like he did it. Like, we just did that. I don't remember him, because he was not any kind of savvy. Like, he wasn't mechanically savvy or house savvy or car savvy. Like, that was way more me than him in any respects. So I feel like that's something either I would have known to do or just we wouldn't have done it. And, like, we would have had to look it up. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't already know how to do it, then the house would have got cold. So one of us would have went, whoa, what do we do? How do we turn this on? You know? It would have been like a learning curve for both of us. I can't imagine it's something he would have done that I wouldn't have known was happening. Maybe it was then. I don't know. How did I live my whole life without knowing how to do that? Anyway, like that's one. Have you ever had something like that you realize, how did I live my whole life without knowing this also? That seems so simple. Like maybe you realize the whole world is doing whatever that thing is. And you're like, how did I never know how to do that? that's one of that, like, that's my what the heck moment, you know, for me, because it's like, is that a thing? I've spent way too much time thinking about that. It's because I'm really tired too. Like, I'm definitely doing this earlier tonight. It's only like, I don't know, like 12:30 or maybe 1 in the morning, which if you've been watching my Vlogtobers, that's super early for me. I usually hit up doing recordings, like my early is like 3 or 3:30 or 4. Like last night was what, 5:30 I think I said I was doing it. It was really late. So 12:30 or 1 is really mondo early for me. But yeah, I'm so tired. I woke up today at, the thing is, you know how you keep waking up and then going back to sleep, and then waking up and going, so you don't really sleep well. That's what I did. I was going to say I woke up at, 1 or 1:30, but I didn't sleep well to begin with. So that would be me today. And then I actually at one point was like, I deserve to sleep in today. It's my day off. I could do that. And I kind of decided against it at first. I was like, I'm up. And Maverick and I got up. We came downstairs. And I finished packing my box for my Stranger Summer winter for Patricia. And I got all of that ready to go and everything throughout the day, by the way. And I had decided at one point, though, I was like, no, you know what? I am tired, and Maverick's always down for more sleeping. So we actually went to bed down here in the snuggly bed, went back to sleep for a little while, and then I forgot that Nate said he was coming over like earlier in the day. So he came over, so we got back up. I didn't like forget, I just forgot when. So yeah, he came over, we got back up. Sorry, talking about being sleepy made me sleepy. We somehow managed to lose Maverick's favorite toy. Maverick and I did. Could not find it. It's the toy I always leave in his cage when we leave. It's his like this rubber gorilla Kong toy. Couldn't find it. I think I was probably more devastated than Maverick, because usually Maverick just lays down and goes to sleep when we put him in his kennel. But I always leave it for him, because he always, like, if he's gonna play with something, it's that. So I always leave it in there. And I couldn't, so I had to put his second favorite toy in there, which, like, for me was devastating. I really don't think Maverick cared, to be fully honest. But Nate took me to get my favorite cider drink at Big B Coffee, which isn't coffee. It's literally cider. The hot caramel apple cider that I always call happiness in a cup. And it still is. It's amazing. He bought it for me, so I was like, oh, I love it. It's so good. So we started the day the right way with hot caramel apple cider. And did not get the corn stalks, because I just didn't end up messaging Cameron to see if he could go, because I thought maybe he did work today, so I didn't bother him. And then we took back cans, which was probably the boring part of the day for everybody. Which, if you don't live in Michigan and you didn't know, you can take back like pop bottles and cans to get some money back. And I like recycling anyway. Like, honestly, the ones that don't have a return on them, I wish you could just take them back, because I would recycle anyway. Because our actual recycle bins, they don't let you recycle anything that could like be containers, like pop containers or water containers and stuff. They don't let you do that. they're really strict on what you can and can't recycle here, as far as like here from the house, and you can't do that. So like if I could take that with me and just get no money credit, I'd be totally fine with that. Like just take it and, you know, I know many people have told me before that a lot of the stuff I recycle doesn't end up in a good place, but you know, part of me just has to believe that I'm doing something good, as naive as that is. And another part of me tries to rationalize, because it's the same way with bags. Like, if you've seen it at your Walmart, Meijer, maybe Aldi does it. I don't really know if Aldi does it. Or maybe one of your local stores has the box of bring your clean bags back here to recycle. Millions of people have told me, like in my life here on YouTube, millions of people have told me that all they do is take that and compress it into basically a block, and it still ends up in a landfill or something. And for the same reason I still naively want to not believe that, even though I've actually seen them do that. Like I want to believe that they take that block though that I've seen them do and send it to a recycler. I want to believe that. But even the part of me that doesn't believe that knows that it goes somewhere like that, at least it's not blowing around and, you know, a big loose bag going into, like, say, the ocean and getting swallowed by a fish or a seabird, or being a big loose problem. It's a compressed with a ton of different things. It's a very slight, it's not a solve, I don't want to put it that way, but it's a reduction of a problem. I know it's not solving anything, but it's slightly making me feel a little better because it's going to be there regardless. Like, I try to reuse my plastic bags, honestly, but what I recycle are maybe like plastic bags that have been torn that I can't reuse. I can't think of another. Maybe ones that are like a weird shape if I get one, or something. I don't really know. Something that has a torn handle, or something that I can't tie up, because I've tied them up before even. I'm a big fan of reusing something so it doesn't just turn to, you know, junk, if I can help, like in a landfill type of thing. So I do try my part to not just throw some loose bag. You're hopefully never gonna see, I don't know, a bag rolling down the road and be like, that was from Heather, you know, like ever. I do try my best to make sure that never happens, like something like that. So I know that it's not, but I try. That went on a tangent too. Man, I was saying I was going to keep this video short so I could go to bed. My nose is even sniffling because I've been so cold, you guys. But yeah, anyway, man, I've been on a tangent about all the stuff I don't know that I should know in my adult life. Been on a tangent about recycling that I tried to do. It's because, see, this is what you get when you get me early. Early and tired. I ramble. That's what happens. And so we took back pop bottles, and then Nate had never been to the ice cream place that I went to with David before that is closing. The one that I said has been around. Oh, that light. Sorry. The one that I said had been around since before I was a kid. I want to say the news article said it's been around for either 50 years or 60 years. I know it's been there since before I was born. I want to say 60 years. And it's closing October, at the end of the season, which is just before Halloween. So I want to say October 27th, but it might be 17th. It might be like a couple of days. Hopefully the 27th, because I mean, I kind of want to go one more time. Like, I shouldn't be eating this much ice cream, to be fully honest with you, but it's the end of an era, you know, never gonna get this ice cream again ever. So there are some places that sell it, because it's Sherman's Ice Cream, is the name of the place, and they sell a certain kind of ice cream that's made around here, and I can't for the life of me think of the name of the ice cream right now. I don't think the name of the ice cream is called Sherman's Ice Cream. Hudsonville ice cream. It's Hudsonville ice cream, which we have a Hudsonville city near us. So I assume it comes from there. And so I know there's other places that sell it, but I don't, like, we had a restaurant downtown that sold it, which I don't think is there anymore. I'm sure out of town there are places that also sell it, but like, I mean, Sherman's was right, it was right here. It was right downtown, you know. It's not going to be after this month. And yeah, it's just, you know, I don't know, it's kind of sad. So I might eat one more ice cream cone or one more banana split or something. Who knows? It'd be nice too. So yeah, we went there, and then we were gonna watch a movie, but it tried to rain again, because oh my god, the weather, aside from the cold, because like honestly, if I had worn a hoodie instead of a flannel today, I probably would have been okay. But I didn't. I wore the flannel instead. No, I did not. I wore a hoodie, but I wore a thin hoodie. I lie. I did wear my hoodie, but it was a thin one. It wasn't like it wasn't my thicker, like, coat hoodie that I should have worn. So I lie. I didn't mean to lie. Anyway, my brain completely rebooted right then. If I'd worn warmer clothing, it would have been okay, but the weather had started to sprinkle. It tried to sprinkle, and but the weather lately, for the last like few days, has been what I call like blustery, and we haven't gotten a lot of days like that lately, but it's just been like not even just gray, but like this dark gray, like almost black clouds, just like dark gray, and like thick dark gray, like I don't, just like thick, like a quilt of gray, you know. It's so thick you can almost like touch them, it seems like. So like thick dark clouds. There's been, the last 2 days before this were a lot of rain, off and on. The first day was thunder, lots of thunderstorms, off and on. Yesterday was just the rain part. It's been cold, so it's a cold rain. Wind, the first day especially, but wind, we've gotten quite a bit of wind, which is where the blustery comes in, right? And it's been blowing leaves around, and it's been making for, like, if there was a definition, a visual definition of a fall day, it would be this last few days, because it's just beautiful. Like, to me, this is just beautiful. I wish I was a little bit personally warmer. Like, if I'd have worn something warmer and been a little bit smarter, yeah, then it would have been better for me personally. But that's on me. That's not on the weather. That's on me. So, or if I always feel like if I had been like, and I've always felt this way, if I'd been warmer at home, then I would have left the house and stayed a little bit warmer. I don't know, like, if I leave the house feeling cold, I feel like I'm going to be cold, you know? So I wish we would hurry up and turn the heat on. Because I'm cold. I'm cold all the time. Like, I've always been that way. I don't know if it's because my grandparents, when I was growing up, kept the house at like a nice tropical 80 degrees or what, but they always did. Like, so I don't know if it's just like young Heather was used to that. So growing up now, anything like anytime the weather changes, I'm like, I'm freezing. But I don't know. I am rambling a lot today. So sorry, you guys. I had zero intentions of that. I literally beforehand was like, I'm tired. I'm cold and I'm tired. And I'm just, you know, today we're just going to be done with this video. I'm going to show off a little crochet and that's going to be it. And nope, that didn't happen. I should have brought a drink with me because I've been talking a lot. You guys, I hope you guys brought a drink. But yeah, so we had ice cream and like I said, we were gonna watch. Oh, and when I mentioned that I packed that box, the first thing we did was went to the post office, only to realize that guess what it was? It was Columbus/Indigenous People Day. Yeah, I didn't realize that, you guys. I did not realize that at all. It completely slipped my mind. Yeah. So a belated, because I know this is coming out. It's your Tuesday the 15th. I should have wished everybody like all of my Canadian friends, I should have wished you guys a happy Thanksgiving yesterday. Belated happy Thanksgiving to you guys today. As for the American, excuse me, as for the American holiday part, I just don't, sorry if I offend anyone, I just don't get with the celebrating of the Columbus Day very much. Yeah, it's not, I don't get with that so much. So I don't really, like, I would pay attention if it was a holiday that I respected. So I'm sorry. I very much respect the fact that, I don't know how long they've done it. The last few years I've taken note of the fact that the calendar has said that it is Columbus Day /Indigenous People Day. And I think that it's awesome that they, first of all, have an Indigenous People Day, and second of all, that they made it on Columbus Day. I have a lot of thoughts on that, and they're all mostly good thoughts for the fact that they picked that day. So yeah, I do like that. I'm a little sad that I forgot that part myself. That was, you know, not intentional. That wasn't like it's not important and I forgot. I forget what day of the week it is sometimes, like lately especially. So yeah, I have no real excuse for that, to be honest. But there's always next year, I guess. I mean, I don't have any particular ritual for Indigenous People Day anyway. I just kind of wish I would have known ahead of time and not realized it at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But yeah, so happy whichever holiday you had celebrated. There was no disrespect to anybody who was excited that it was Columbus Day. So happy all of the holidays to you guys. Yeah, it was a holiday. So the whole moral of the story was we got all the way to the post office and didn't end up sending anything out. So yeah, that part of the day was a bust. And we'll try again. I will say tomorrow, I don't know if I'll make it to the post office tomorrow. Definitely by Thursday, because that's my next day off. So I hope Patricia ends up liking the package. It's taken so long at this point to get to her. But yeah. And then back to where I got sidetracked. because of the weather, trying to rain and all, we did not end up watching the movie. Nate ended up just heading home because currently, until he finds a vehicle, he's riding, poor Nate, is riding a moped home. So we have to try to find him like a used vehicle. So if anybody knows of anyone selling like a beater car or something in the area where we could go pick it up, you guys keep an eye out, okay? Let me know. Like, I think he'd drive a short distance. I mean, he probably wouldn't. I probably would, to help him out. I'd like to try to help him find something by the time winter comes, because it's already cold. I've been like pushing more and more like crochet things on him for the ride, and like trying to bundle him up in warm things and everything. So, because like I used to give him rides, and I'd be happy to still do so. And I already know me, because by the time the snow hits, I will want to do so again. But I haven't lately, just because with David's schedule change with this new job, I stay up weird hours to like help with with feeding Maverick and to not bother him so that he gets sleep because of how far he drives and stuff. So I sleep less. So I don't get a lot of sleep. And I was tired as it was, and it's not like Nate doesn't live like an hour away or anything like that. So but it's not like when I used to give other people rides and they lived 5 minutes away. It isn't that short of a drive. So I would find that after the second trip, like I'd pick him up, take him to work. And then so the second trip, when I drop him off, by the time I was headed home, I was really, really tired. Well, that was before when I was sleeping more. So when I'm sleeping less, so like Nate was even like, no. But I know me, and by the time it starts to snow, like he's even like, if I don't find a car, I'd be okay on the moped as long as it doesn't snow really bad and like in a short amount of time. I don't want him to, I care about my friends and stuff. I don't want them driving in the snow like that. Like, I don't like him driving now when it's cold. So I would like to help him find something. It doesn't have to be pretty, as long as it gets him from point A to point B. I feel like he's like my kid. As long as it gets him from point A to point B, it doesn't have to look good. But yeah. Yeah. He'll figure something out, or we'll figure something out, or, something will fall into his lap, I'm sure, at some point, right? Well, it's meant to be. Here's hoping. But yeah, anyway. So I have no good segue, so I'm just gonna say I'm crocheting. Well, I got home and I crocheted. I do have a good segue. I got home and I crocheted then, because we didn't watch the movie. He just went home and waited for David to get home. And then David actually was like, do you want to go to Arby's? I wish I had filmed in this Arby's. I mean, I know between now and Halloween, either me and David or like me and Nate or me and Seth or somebody will go eat there again. And I'll try to remember to take some pictures or film it or something, because they went all out. They decorated so hard for Halloween. It looked so cool in there, you guys. Like, so cool. Like, every window, every countertop, behind their counter, their bathroom doors, their little area in between, like their outside door and their inside door, the area in there. The light again. The ceiling had stuff hanging from it. Just everything was just done up to the nines. Everything was Halloween. It was cool. And it was like cool stuff. It was like witches and Freddy Krueger and skeletons and ghosts, and it was really cool stuff. I wish I had thought to film it. I will film it again. I will go back to Arby's just for you guys. Not at all because it's delicious. You know, I'm making a sacrifice, but I will do that for you. Yeah, I will. So yeah, we did that. And then, honestly, David came home and went to bed because he got like almost no sleep last night. So he's getting some more sleep tonight, which is good. And then, I crocheted. So there's, see, segue. I got more done of that fan cover that I was telling you about. I can't remember if I got all the squares connected last night when I showed you, but I did obviously get them done. So they're all done and connected. I used my continuous join there just to continuous join as you go. My fault. Whoop, almost dropped it. My fault. And so that made a square bottom, and then as you can see, I just, starting with the yellow, I just started, I picked colors for a pattern, so I'm on the yellow again, so it's going to go yellow, brown, orange, green, and white, or cream. Sorry, cream. And then go back to the yellow, and we're just going to do the pattern, and it's kind of looking like a basket, but it's not going to be stiff enough to hold up on its own or anything. It's just going to be, I'm going to work it up as a bag, and then I'm going to make a drawstring, and that's going to be that. It's just going to be a granny. Like, I might do something fancy at the very top, or, you know, do single crochets for a few rounds or something like that. Or like I was toying with the idea of doing a row of like 2 round granny squares and connecting those at the top or something. I'm not really sure, but whatever I do, I want to do it quickly because I want to put my little vintage desk fan away. It's not a desk fan. I mean, it's a small fan on my desk, so it's a desk fan, I guess, but I want to put that away with this as its cover. I don't want to put it away until it's covered. So that's like the deal I've made with myself, is I want to get it covered up. And like, I want to get this done so bad. I haven't even woven in the end. I wove in the ends to the squares because there were so many. But as far as like, I've been changing all the rows, and I thought about trying to carry my yarn, but I don't think I'll be happy with that. Even though this is just a cover thing, like a cover bag, I still don't think I'll be happy with doing that. I might try it. I don't know. Like, maybe I will try it. Whatever makes it faster, I guess. But I honestly thought maybe I will just not do the ends for right now, and I can always come back later and do the ends. Like, or like, I don't know. I'll do the ends whenever I get to it, I guess. But as long as the bag is done, then the fan can come off and my desk heater can go on. But because the ends would take, you know, a little time, but not that long. I don't know. It takes long enough though that I hate doing it, so whatever. Anyway, I think that looks so cool. Like, we'll pretend there's no ends, or we'll look at it from the side or something. I think that looks so cool. Like, doing every row a different, you know. I like it. Like, I would have loved to do a blanket out of it like this, but I think it'll be a really cool cover too. And like in the vintage colors like that, I think it'll be a really cool cover for the fan. Like, it'll do justice to having the vintage fan covered in that. So I'm pretty excited. So, yes. It doesn't look like I got, like, when you hold it just like that, it looks like I got, like, basically nothing done. But, I mean, I still not a whole lot, but I got that much done. Here to here. So, you know. I got 6 rows done. 6 rows up. I only started... Sorry, that was rude. I only started working on it this evening. Because I was doing stuff today. So, it's not like I've been working on it all day. I'll probably work on it while the video uploads and everything. Because I'm, like I said, determined to get it done. But yeah, so I worked on that today. And the other thing I worked on was my fanfic squares. Let's talk about those real quick, and then I'll let you go. Yeah. Karen had said she felt like it was going to be a good day for me because of what I drew, of who I drew. And I think you were right. Because, yeah, I think today was a good day. I had a really good day. I've been pretty lucky. I think this has been a really great weekend just in general. And I haven't said that often. And I'm pretty sure, did I not say just the other day it was like an actual good day at work too? And I haven't really said that often about work either. Like I think it had, if I remember right, I said it had a kind of crappy start, and then the rest of the day went really smooth and it was really good. And yeah, I haven't said that very often at all. So it had been a pretty good, I can't really say week because I know it's technically the start to a new week, but they do my work week really weird. Tomorrow, well, today as you're seeing this, so Tuesday ends our pay week. And I really hate that. It's ever since we got the new owners like a year and a half ago now, or whenever it was, that's when that changed for us. And I'm still not used to it. I'm not sure I'll ever be used to it. I don't like it. So if you want to talk about, I guess, my work week, it's been a really good week for me. It's so weird to say. Like, how crazy is that? Especially for somebody that tries to find the positivity and everything. That it's been so long since I can say in general at all that it's been a really good week in general for me. But it has. Relaxing on the weekend, not worrying about work. Work went okay in general. Like, I know I had that one really, really stinker of a day, but, you know, we can overlook a day and be okay. So, anyway, how many times have I should like try to put a counter up of how many times I've derailed myself. I'm not really going to do that. So I don't want to count how many times I've derailed myself, honestly. Please don't count. Somebody may have. Please don't tell me. For my fanfic scrap busting Advent Stranger Things Advent calendar project. It's a mouthful when you really think about what it is. I had drawn Police Chief Hopper. The picture right here of him. Played by the beautiful, wonderful, amazing, charming, dare I say perfect, David Harbour. Yeah. I don't even know, like, anybody who's been around any amount of time already knows how much I love him. I love the character. I love the actor. It's been almost a year to the day that I, like, give or take the month, right? It's been almost a year since I met him in person. So I mean, any time now, I'm waiting for him to come knocking on my door and realize that he left me behind. Any day now. But I'm sure he'll probably start getting sentimental around this time of year, would be my guess. Probably remind him of the fall, which really is fitting, so that it's fine. Any day now. So anyway, so yeah, in the picture, Police Chief Hopper, in his stunning uniform for Hawkins. He has like this light brown uniform, and one thing that the eye may get drawn to, besides David Harbour himself, is the patch that is kind of like the police patch. It's like a badge or whatever. And I think the badge itself might have like enameled color on it. I can't remember for sure. I do get distracted. It's really close to his face. But the different colors of the police emblem is what I chose for the background of my diamond square. So I used a darker blue, which I believe this was a very tiny, I can't remember for sure where this popped up. It's been so long since I've had it, but it might be a big twist value in varsity blue. I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. And this was a red heart gold that I have. And this is big twist value in camel, which was the closest thing. I think his uniform is a little bit lighter, but it's pretty close. I think it's fairly close anyway. And then I did another one, not of opposite colors, but I did the corners instead of just a diagonal. So yeah, I have another Hopper-esque Hawkins patch in the background here. So those are my two squares for Police Chief Hopper. Had I not been so tired today, I was thinking that doing the Hopper squares today might have been a good day to do the Heather squares. But, you know, should there be any other versions of Hopper in this cauldron? I'm not saying there is, but if there is, because it'd be weird for it to say Police Chief Hopper and there not be another version, right? It'd be weird. But I'm not saying, maybe I just wrote that on there one day. I don't know. Anyway, if there is, maybe I'll get to it then. Maybe I'll just do it, whenever. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe whenever. Who knows? But those are my squares for Hopper. Hopefully you like them. Hopefully you approve. Yeah, I like them. When David Harbour shows up, maybe I'll show them to him. In this cauldron remains about half. We're about halfway through October, right? 15th, yeah. So we're about halfway through. So let's pick tomorrow's. I heard little footsteps. Does he think I has food? Oh, I didn't hear footsteps. He's just shifting. I didn't realize he was on the couch. I left him out on his bed. Let's see whose tomorrow's pick will be, and then I shall leave you alone for the night, or the day, whenever you're seeing this. Alright, you seem good. Who we got? Maybe I can unfold it. Ooh. I'll have to find a good picture for him. We have not really a side character. He shouldn't be a side character, but a lot of people kind of forget about him. We have Dr. Sam Owens, who is kind of, I think when you first see him, you assume he's the bad guy, and I don't know if they meant for that to be. I don't know if when they were first writing him in season 2 that was the idea, but he definitely becomes like you start seeing his heart of gold underneath this exterior. I don't know if he was meant to be like the next Brennan at first, because you kind of wonder at first, right? But yeah, you start noticing he cares a little more and more. He's a little nicer here and there. Wow, I have talked a lot. That's the 3rd time my light's turned off. He cares a little bit more and more. At one point, one of the scientists about Will flat out says, he's expendable. If he dies, he dies. Oh, well. And, he says, say that to my face. Say that again to me. Say that again. And And of course the guy doesn't, because I'm pretty sure he would have like cold cocked him in the jaw or something, you know, knocked him out. But, or worse, who knows what Sam Owens has got, you know, up his sleeve. Who knows? And the guy might have been Demogorgon food. Who knows? But he definitely grows attached to the folks in Hawkins. And that's really, really, really apparent by season 4. Which I know now that little Miss Erin from Crafting Kitty is watching Stranger Things. I'm so excited about that, by the way. We have first time season, what are you on, season 2, Erin, maybe by this point when we're talking here. So we have a first time viewer of Stranger Things. So I know I always say like, by now you had plenty of time, spoilers are fine, but since I know for a fact she's watching, I'm gonna try not to spoil too much, but I'm just gonna say that his little attachment to the folks of Hawkins is, you know, a lot more apparent by season 4. And I mean, even if he had turned out to be a bad guy, as long as they had done it well, I would have liked him anyway, because like we all know Brenner. And I have always from episode, you know, 1, I have always liked Brenner. From season 1 for sure, like through everything. And some people are like, how could you ever have liked Brenner? Especially before season 4, people have said that. And like, I just, you know, in a lot of, like, people say that about Billy too. When I was talking about Billy the other day, and like, they didn't say that, I mean, in the comments, I mean, people like in my real life here and stuff. And it's like, I appreciate a good villain. Like, if my fanfic aside, Billy could have always stayed an awful human being. And as long as he's awful the right way, I could appreciate that. I appreciate a good villain. People like Lonnie, Will's dad. He's just a sleazeball. Billy's dad, Neil. I don't have respect for these villainous people. They're just sleazy. Like, they're just your run-of-the-mill bad people. You know, they don't do anything extra villainous. They're not even like clever in what they're doing. They're not, I don't know how to put it. They're not like deliciously bad, you know. There's nothing to appreciate in their villainry. But, I don't know. I don't really know how to put it, but they're just some of the things that villains do, well, maybe not everybody, I can appreciate. So if you are villainous and good at what you're doing, I do appreciate that, because without the villain, what heroes can you have? Really? But like, if there was no, like, for those of you who watch Stranger Things, if there was no Brenner, if there was no Billy, if there, you know, was no Demogorgon and Mind Flayer and such, what would Hopper and Steve and the kids do? Sit around playing poker and D&D, eating some donuts, and what would they do? You need the good villain, right? Gotta appreciate the good villain. So, but like, and okay, if there was no Brenner in them, and it was Neil and Lonnie rolling into town. Okay. They're not very villainous. I'm just saying. Still not really much excitement for Hopper to be crime fighting there. Okay. Anyway, I I really do like Sam Owens, was my point in all of that. A sidetrack again, please don't count that. I'm gonna let you guys go before I sidetrack myself from letting you guys go, because I think this is probably my longest Vlogtober yet. Right, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I still have to get to the, I'm waiting for one more yarn. That's why I haven't done the video. It got separated into two shipments, and there's one that hasn't came in yet. So I knew there was a good reason. I wasn't just putting it off. I keep looking at the box every day, and I keep thinking, like, why haven't I done this video? Because I'm waiting on some. Okay, and I know I mention it like every day too, so it's because I'm waiting patiently. So patiently, I forgot why I hadn't done the video. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.